Hello everyone. So let's talk about this tip number 1 for our Conferring Tips series, which is start with compliments. So no matter how you are teaching your writing, this is something that you can do to start to get some more feedback and give some more feedback from your students. And what I mean by getting feedback is that if we do our conferences the way we should, we are going to be having a discussion with our writers so that we understand what they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're trying, how their writer's brain is working, because it really helps us to understand how we can help them to grow as a writer. So a compliment is just what we think it is, a compliment about their writing, something that they're doing really well. Now, this could be engagement-based, so it could be about how well they're doing with their stamina. It could be whether or not they are focused and staying at their seat and doing their writing, or it could be skill-based, which is a plethora of things that we could talk about, right? So I'm going to try to talk about this and give a few examples of things you might compliment on a whole range of grade levels here. So what I want us to think about is when we go to do this compliment conference, we want to question, compliment, and link. Okay, so the question is that part where we're getting the feedback from our students, from our writers. So you always want to start off your conference with your student by saying, hey, how's it going? Hey, what are you working on right now? Writer, you look like you're working hard. Tell me about what you're doing today. It's an open-ended question to really get that feedback from them. Now, at first, they're not going to know what to say. You kind of have to guide the conversation a little bit and teach them what you expect. And you might even talk to them a little bit before you start doing these conferences with them. But you might say, so are you trying anything new today? Are you adding to your work? Are you doing any revising? Like, what stage of the writing process are you in? What have you tried recently, or what are you about to do? So we start to teach them the things that we're expecting from this conversation. That is going to allow you to kind of hear what's in their head, but it also gives you some time to kind of look at what they're doing, look at their writing if you haven't seen it in a little bit, and try to start thinking about what you're going to compliment them on. Okay, so if we think about a younger student, it might just be that, wow, they've actually been sitting at their seat for a few minutes here and are writing today. You might notice for any level writer that they've actually gone back and reread what they had done the day before, and they're starting to think about what to do next, which is great. I mean, that's what writers do. They plan. These are things that we can look at and try to compliment. We also might see that they're trying the mini lesson for the day. So you might compliment that they're trying something new. You might see that they're really doing a great job of elaborating or providing evidence for something. And maybe that's something you guys have been working on. So you're looking to see what is something they did well so that you can get to that second part, which is the compliment. So after you've asked the question or a couple of questions, you hear some things about what they're doing and you see that they maybe have added evidence. We want to give them a compliment, but that's going to be in the terms of why this is a good thing that they're doing as a writer. So let's say they had added evidence. You might say, wow, I see here that you have a reason for your opinion, but now you've actually included evidence. And that is going to make this extra clear for your readers and really start to persuade them even more. So that's something that great writers do. That's awesome. You might see again that a student has just been sitting and working for a while. You might say, I've noticed that today you have been focused and just staying right here and doing your work. And a great writer is going to make sure that they use their time wisely. So I want you to, keep it up. Last example, you might see that that they've really tried to tell more about their topic, or bring their character to life, let's say. And so you might say, a great writer is really going to make sure we can see what's happening in the story and help our readers to visualize. And I see that you're doing that in your story. So notice that I did not say, I love how you added blah, blah, blah. Or I love this word that you used, because again, we're not trying to compliment the writing, we're trying to compliment the writer. So we want to talk about things they're doing as a writer that they can take and do in any other piece of writing, regardless of unit or genre. So then it brings us to the last part here, which is our link. So you've asked some questions, you've given a compliment, and then you want to link it just like you would in a mini lesson where they can continue to do this. So today I saw that you have just stayed here and worked so hard. I want you to remember to continue to do that each and every day that you write. Or when they've added the evidence, you added evidence today, and I want to make sure that whatever you write in the future, you have a reason, and then you find a way to add your evidence to your writing. That's a great thing to do. Keep it up. So I hope that you are going to be ready to try thinking about how you can do a compliment conference. Don't forget, question, compliment, and link. See you next time.